This was a creative and fairly dark reboot to the Digimon series for one good reason.
I don't know who you are, but I do know you're being used. This power you've been given, is it worth hurting these children to keep it? You don't know anything! To have power is not to be strong. You see, I know that better than anyone.
Leomon?
Do what you must be, Elzamon, but I will not let you hurt these children! Why can't you see? Why won't you try to understand the truth? Be brave, Jerry. Part of me will always be with you. Remember, you have a lion's heart.
You know, for kids!
To be honest, I didn't know how to feel about this scene. I didn't really pick up on the whole there's no rebirth in this season. I thought it was just gonna come back. I didn't really understand it. But now, as a teen, I realize how to feel about it. I know that every single Leomon in the Digimon series dies. Have you ever noticed that? Leomon is basically Digimon's morph from X-Men. They only created him for him to die. Why does Japan hate every single Leomon that they create? Huh? What's that? Her partner's a Leomon? Die! I mean, nearly every Digimon died in this season, and in this version there is no rebirth in the digital world. But I'm getting far too off track. This season was supposed to be based in the real world, where Digimon is just a card game and a TV show. That is until our main character, Takato, finds a magic blue card that turns his point counter into a Digivice. You know, just like in the real world. This, of course, makes him a Digidestined. Oh, I mean Digimon Tamer. Takato spends most of his time drawing his own Digimon. Didn't we all? His Digivice scans this and makes an egg out of it. You know, just like in the real world. The egg hatches and the newly born Guilmon enters the real world. You know, just like in the real... Okay, if I'm gonna keep doing that, we're gonna be here forever. Along the way, he meets Jerry, Henry and his Terriermon, Rika and her Renamon, and Rio and his Monodramon. They just love the names Digimon gives us. So after defeating several Digimon and Divas, they finally go into the digital world at episode 24. And if you're wondering what a Diva is, it's a powerful Digimon that looks like an animal from the Chinese zodiac. And if you're wondering why I said Divas like that, well...
The Deva has arrived!
What?
Oh yeah! Hail to the Deva, he who drinks of the light of man and expands himself and looks like a right big chicken!
He who drinks of the light of man? A right big chicken?
Yes, the great and mighty chicken of vengeance that shall rule all of us!
Chicken of vengeance? Is that like Kung Pao chicken? Why do you want to be ruled by a digital chicken?
Because he is the Deva!
Well, can't argue with that.
So they come across Beelzemon, who used to be a Digimon called Impmon, who was digivolved to Mega by the Divas. And yes, he is the one who kills Leomon. But there's a bright side to his death. It's not every day you say that. It results in probably the coolest and yet creepiest Digivolution ever. Okay, Japan. When you meet a guy that looks like this, don't let him draw kids. I know that every kid wants to merge with a Digimon, but why does he have to be naked in order to do so? I know that most of you are going, oh, it's only living and digital things can biomerge and clothes aren't living things, but still, that's no excuse. Okay, after all 4 of the main kids biomerge, and yet we never see real biomerge, and Rika's the only one with a sensor, they find out that the true enemy is a computer program called the D-Reaper. You know, when you call something that, you're just begging for it to go wrong. It turns out that the D-Reaper was designed to delete any program that has outgrown its purpose, and of course, it sees Digimon as such. So anyway, Jerry gets captured by the D-Reaper, which makes a copy of her, and yet nobody can tell it's not her. I mean, look at that. Does that even look like her? The D-Reaper then enters the real world with the kids and covers the entire city with its jam lava body to delete the entire city because it thinks Earth has outgrown its purpose. So the kids defeat the D-Reaper by using a program that the adults made that turns out to be removing the Digimon from existence. So, months, I guess, go by after the D-Reaper's takeover, and everyone seems to have moved on from losing their childhood friends very quickly, except for Takato. Bye bye, Digimon. We'll never forget you. You'll never forget who? What? You said you'd never forget somebody. I did? Anyway, Takato finds a portal into the digital world, thus ending the great series of Digimon. I wish that there was a sequel to Tamers. There's so many ideas they could have had, like if the Digimon survived then maybe the D-Reaper survived, but no. There wasn't. I hope you enjoyed this review. Bye. What, I did all 3 Digimon series? There's 5? Alright. Let's take a look at them then.